There's a dead body over there. No, really. A young man, as though asleep, yet not asleep. His head in a halo of blood. Soft brown hair, faint moustache. He looks familiar. It's Christopher Marlowe, playwright. His body stiffens in the cooling air. He doesn't care anymore about audience receipts, or the plans he'd made for his evening's entertainment, nor about the dream he'd had the night before. There was something in it he couldn't resolve. It was about a tree in a forest and something he'd dropped and couldn't find. All this is gone now. And this flat world, this lovely world of anguish and striving and occasional joy has gone, and he too, gone. Outside, the boat builders pack away their tools for the night. 2 boys come out to fish. Inside, someone has lit a candle.
Please, please, please.
A figure, a man, bent in prayer.
I can't go on with this.
I know him. I recognize the thumbs. Thomas? It's all right. What are you doing? You don't want to be in here.
I'm praying for my friend. I'm asking forgiveness.
Of?
Christopher.
Why?
I killed him.
That's preposterous.
I betrayed him.
How?
To them.
Who?
The authorities.
No, no, no.
Yes.
No, no. Thomas,
Yes, listen.
You were his friend.
They searched my room and they found the paper.
What paper?
Questioning the Trinity. They said, look at this filth written against our Lord Jesus. They said, do you want the person who wrote this to live? I said, I don't know who wrote it.
Well, how is this betrayal? Thomas.
Then they took me to a dungeon where they can't hear you if you scream. They hung me up by my arms like our Lord. Did you see what they did to my thumbs?
Yeah.
They said, now, who wrote it?
No.
I said, he did. I said he did. And now they've killed him. I killed him.
Well, what did this paper say?
It says our Lord was not our Lord.
Did he write it?
They found it. They said.
Did he write it?
I don't know.
They didn't kill him, Thomas, over a piece of paper.
Then why did he die?
Would you be at peace if I found the answer to that?
Yes.
The candle's still burning. A ribbon of tallow smoke climbs to the ceiling and hovers there, like a question. Why?
It happened upstairs.
Tell me their names again.
Mr. Fraser, Mr. Scares, Mr. Marlowe, and Mr. Polly.
It must have been a shock for you. Was it, Mrs. Bull?
What?
Having someone stabbed in your house?
Well, yes.
There's an atmosphere up there. Do you know what I mean?
What's that?
Well, something in the air. You didn't notice?
Are you a soothsayer?
Good God, no. Well, not professionally, anyway. Who was it who actually rented the room from you?
Mr. Fraser.
Yes.
He wanted it for a day, he said, for a meeting. I was to do lunch.
Did you get a good price?
I don't do it for the money.
Oh, of course not. Why do you do it?
To be helpful.
Very good.
They came at 10.
And stayed all day?
Yes.
Until what time?
6 in the evening.
At which time someone pushed a knife into Marlowe's eye. Is that right?
Yes.
And you heard nothing?
No.
All day, 4 men above this room?
Yes.
No footsteps, no raised voices?
I heard nothing.
No cries of pain?
No.
They were a quiet bunch, weren't they?
I told the inquest everything I know.
Oh, yes. The inquest.
Thank you, gentlemen, for coming so quickly.
Mrs. Bull is lying, that's obvious. But why?
We shall be taking measurements and witness statements
William
from these
Danby,
three gentlemen,
coroner to the royal
who were
household.
present by their own admission when the death occurred. I want to draw your attention to the body, which, as you can see, is that of a young man named Christopher Marlowe.
12 men clutching their hats. This quickly assembled jury, trying not to look down at the body with its terrible eye, in case they can't forget it afterwards. I wait outside. It's stuffy in there, until they come out. I follow one, Robert Polly. He was there. Who knows, he might tell me what happened.
Mr. Polly?
Yes. Are you following me?
What happened? In the room with Scares and Fraser and Marlowe, will you tell me?
Marlowe died.
Yes?
There was an argument.
About...
the bill we had to settle up. He objected.
Why?
He said it was too much.
Or was he being asked to pay a just proportion?
What does that mean?
Well, a quarter, presumably. 4 of you, no? Or was he, I don't know, was he being asked to contribute more than that?
The argument grew heated, as arguments tended to, with Marlowe.
Really?
He was lying on a bed. He'd been drinking. He jumped up suddenly, snatched Fraser's knife off his belt and attacked him.
Why did he do that?
I told you there was an argument.
Yes,
he
but
was violent.
Who?
Marlowe
Was...
a very violent man.
Was he?
His reputation...
Oh, I see.
He'd had fights in the past.
So Fraser was frightened?
Wary.
Of Marlowe's reputation?
Of being attacked. Marlowe struck Fraser across the head.
And why did he do that?
I said he was drunk. He was violent.
But why then? Why at that moment?
One moment is as good as another if you're going to attack somebody.
So what happened then?
Fraser jumped up, got the knife off Marlowe. Marlowe ran at him. The knife went into his eye.
That's interesting. Get this knife off me. Can you?
What do you mean?
Well, I'm Marlowe, holding a knife. You're Fraser. Take it off me.
I don't make a habit of playing with knives.
Oh, very wise. If you tried to take it off me, what do you think would happen? How long had you known Marlowe?
I'm not exactly sure. A few years.
How did you know him?
We were in the same business.
What business was that?
Government business. If you wouldn't mind, I am busy now.
What was the jury's verdict? Just out of interest?
Self-defense! So what would happen then if I tried to take that knife off you?
I'd stick it in your heart. And Polly, too, knows more than he's saying. It's time to go fishing into Christopher's past.
You never knew where you were with him. That was the trouble.
This is the porter of Corpus Christi, the Cambridge college where Marlowe studied.
Most of them I can place straight away, but not him. Mr. Marlowe was unpredictable.
Did you resent that?
Do I give the impression I resented it? He came here with no money. His father didn't have 2 brass pennies.
Yes.
You could see it in his eyes. He was tolerating the situation, but only just.
Being patronised by richer students, you mean?
Once or twice I saw murder in those eyes.
Oh, and what does that look like?
What?
Murder in somebody's eyes?
You know.
No, I don't.
Anyway, then the money arrives.
What money?
He goes away for a while, penniless, comes back rich.
And where's he been?
I hear rumours. He's been to Reims. Reims?
Yes.
You must know about Reims. Reims is where the Catholics are gathering, plotting, organising. You understand? Waiting their chance.
For?
Invasion.
So what was he doing there?
He was working for someone.
Who?
I couldn't say. He starts to go regularly, back and forth, absenting himself from the university. Comes his degree, it doesn't look like the authorities are going to award it on account of his absences. Then a letter arrives.
From?
The Privy Council. Quick as a flash, it's Christopher Marlowe, M.A.
Would the authorities change their minds?
Wouldn't you? You get a letter from the top government office?
So what did it say?
My guess, give him his degree. He's working for us.
You know he's dead, by the way?
I heard.
You don't judge him?
Marlowe was an arrogant fool.
So you do judge him?
He went above his station. He made enemies. He paid the price.
Enemies? Well, I suppose it's hard to make friends in the information-gathering game, but enemies who would stick a knife in you? Perhaps. Polly says it was Ingram Fraser who held the knife. Is this true? The deeper we go, the darker it gets.
You borrowed how much, Ingram?
20 marks.
I'm in a tavern in Old Street. I wouldn't recommend it. Ingram Fraser, the con man, is about to make money from a fool.
Now he wants the money back, Woodliff. I don't know what to do.
You haven't got it?
I don't. I'm lost. I swear to God, Woodliff, if you could only sign this for me, assuring my friend that it will be repaid.
Soon the fool will sign the paper which will entitle the friend to seize Woodliff's land when he defaults. And he will default. Fraser the con man, who says he killed Christopher in self-defence. I follow him to the gates of a reasonably large house in Kent. Who could he possibly know here? I'm in the garden. The bower, to be exact.
You want to see Fraser?
If he's available.
I'm afraid he isn't. I'm his employer. I'm Lord Walsingham. Is there something I can help you with?
I wouldn't have troubled you with this, my lord.
Tell me what you want, and I'll tell you if it's any trouble.
Well, I'm inquiring into the death of Christopher Marlowe.
As a matter of fact, I knew Christopher well. I like to think I was his mentor, if that doesn't sound too...
What?
Pretentious. I can't abide pretensions. In fact, the last time I saw Christopher, we stood here, together in this bower. He wanted to read me a poem he was working on, waved a piece of paper at me. Knew I'd be captivated.
And were you?
What?
Captivated?
Oh, God. Read it to me, Christopher, I said. He knew. I mean, what I felt for him, in what high regard I held him. Amorous Leander, beautiful and young, whose tragedy divine Musaeus sung. He read it all to me. His dangling tresses that were never shorn had they been cut, and unto Colchis born would have allured the venturous youth of Greece to hazard more than for the golden fleece. He didn't finish it. You like poetry?
No, not very much. What was he doing here?
I think I said. We were friends. He often came to see me. I offered him shelter.
From what?
His life was chaotic.
Really?
Which he largely brought on himself.
What kind of man was he?
Complex. Interesting. I hate to be bored. He needed, above all, I believe, to feel safe.
From?
The storms of life that beat around his head.
What kind of storms, exactly?
Political, theatrical, personal.
Romantic?
Possibly.
Do you know who he worked for? I mean, when he wasn't writing his plays?
Me.
In what capacity?
General.
Oh, what does that mean?
He acted as my eyes and ears.
Ah, he gathered information for you.
You make it sound so cold.
He had charm?
Yes. For those... I believe for those sensitive enough to appreciate him.
And not everybody did.
A man like Christopher is bound to provoke jealousy.
Who was jealous?
There are those who would have liked to have taken him away from me. Who couldn't really ever appreciate the friendship we had.
What state of mind was he in when he left here?
I would say buoyant.
And he left because...
A messenger came. The Privy Council wanted to interview him.
He wasn't worried about that?
No. He laughed. He rode off that morning laughing. Do you believe that?
10 days later, he was dead. Is Ingram Fraser also one of your information gatherers?
You wonder why I would allow the man accused of his murder in my house?
Oh, it crossed my mind.
We live in a world where creatures such as Fraser have their uses. I don't know what happened in that room. Perhaps we never will know.
Oh, I will know.
If you find out, tell me. I'll reward you.
I've got my own reason for doing this, Lord Walsingham, and it isn't money. Beneath his scented blossoms, Lord Thomas Walsingham is a power seeker, as ruthless as any. And there's a clutch of them right now, all fighting it out. What would he do to keep every piece of information to himself? In a flea pit tavern north of the river, I follow a creature to the door. Outside, he dives into the shadow of a building. Well, you're comfortable now, are you?
Yes, thank you.
Oh, good.
I haven't got long before they miss me at work.
Then I'll be brief.
You said there'd be money.
There will be money, Mr. Springer, for the right information.
I'd rather you didn't use my name.
Fine. You're a scribe for the Privy Council.
I'm a secretary, actually.
And you were there, were you, when Marlowe was interviewed?
Yes, I was.
What did he say to them?
He sat down.
Yes?
You could see straight off he wasn't nervous. I mean, some of them pissed themselves. He was relaxed. I thought, this one's got front.
Yes?
They had a list of questions for him. Was he an atheist? Was he a blasphemer? They said his plays inflamed the mob. Was that his intention? He smiled.
Did he?
I thought either he's mad or he's got friends in high places. Then Topcliffe strolls through.
Topcliffe? This is Her Majesty's resident torturer.
Normally he only has to appear for people to start betraying their mothers.
But in this case...
I swear to God, Marlowe looks up and says to him, "Is it true, Topcliffe, you have dreams in which you bed the Queen?"
Oh, it's a risky line to take.
Topcliffe's proclivities in that direction are well known, safe to say. He isn't used to them being discussed in public.
No, how does he react?
Goes scarlet. He badly wants to get his hands on Marlowe, you can feel it. My lords prevent it by a joint outburst of throat-clearing. Topcliffe exits, smouldering.
And then?
They ask me to leave.
And is this unusual?
It's unheard of. They had private business. I'm afraid I shall have to go now.
What business?
I'm really in a tear. A letter arrived.
Go on.
I saw it afterwards. They tell me to go out. 15 minutes later, Marlowe's free. The money. I saw the crest on the envelope.
Yes.
Sir Robert Cecil.
Cecil's office smells of camphor, laid over dust. A spider would like this place.
Marlowe was very good at what he did.
What was that?
He achieved much for the state and would have achieved more. I regret his death.
You got him out of the Privy Council interrogation.
He had work to do.
For you?
I can't answer that.
Well, the Privy Council seemed to think that he was a blasphemer.
It's their job to take an interest in such things.
Or was he killed because of his views on religion?
That I would doubt. His reputation may have killed him.
His reputation as what?
I think I've been enough of a chatterbox for one day. You'll excuse me.
His reputation as what? Thomas, don't get up. Were you asleep?
I don't sleep anymore. But I dream.
Do you? This is a nice garden.
When the flowers break in the wind, I think of how they broke me.
You were his friend. You wouldn't have betrayed him.
Did I contribute towards his death?
I don't know. Tell me what kind of man he was.
In the early days, blazing. Amazing. Beautiful. We shared rooms. We were going to be famous. He succeeded. I... less so.
He came from a humble background?
His father was poor. A cobbler. We used to laugh about that.
What did he, fear, for example?
I don't know if he feared anything. Perhaps failure. But he never thought he would fail. He never considered the possibility of failure. He had ambition, you see, hard as a diamond. He knew where he was going. He felt he had a right to it. He used to say, your past is a trap, but you can escape.
So he...
Escaped, yes. Like a beautiful bird on the wings of poetry.
He also gathered information for people.
Yes.
He served them.
He was a cobbler's son. He used to laugh at them. He cursed their God. Never give in to them, he said. If you give in, you're dead. Use them, but never give in. But I did give in. I surrendered. And now I can't sleep.
He had a reputation as blasphemer, atheist. What else?
All of these.
What else?
What else? I don't know what else. I fed him to them. That's all I know.
Oh, God, they tortured you, Thomas.
Would he forgive me?
I will find out why he was killed, and you'll see. If I find an explanation, do you swear to me you'll accept it? And we can put this thing to rest. Christopher travelled lightly. His feet didn't touch the ground, but somewhere, somehow, he made enemies, and the protection that had served him so well in the past broke down. And then he was on his own, and the ground opened up.
Lots of things were said.
Lord Walsingham again. The candlelight throws him against the wall. Huge.
I used to say, Christopher, guard your tongue.
And he didn't listen, eh?
Nothing was guaranteed to make him more annoyed. Warnings he saw as a challenge.
What sort of things did he say?
I couldn't repeat them.
You couldn't?
He questioned the Virgin's purity for a start, and then he had an original take on Christ's relationship with John. Need I go on?
Oh. Would you say these views made him worth killing?
In this climate? It's possible. But I believe someone wanted to make him unusable.
Unusable?
By embellishing the reputation he already had. Who would take information from a tainted source?
So they tortured evidence out of Thomas Kidd?
Part of it.
And the paper they found there criticising the Trinity?
Easy to find things when you plant them yourself.
And the interrogation by the Privy Councillor?
You've got to admire their thoroughness.
Who? Who was behind all this?
Who spoke out against Christopher. Find the dung beetle, then follow the trail to his master.
To the flatlands of Lincolnshire, to see a priest. Nice little church you have here, Mr. Baines.
I know what you've come for.
I beg your pardon?
I was expecting you. You're inquiring into Marlowe's death. I'm afraid I have nothing to add to what I've said in the past.
I was wondering about the note. The one you wrote and sent to the authorities 4 days before Marlowe died.
That interests you, does it?
Well, it is quite interesting, isn't it?
I did my duty.
Well, we all admire you for that.
I recognize your tone.
And then he was killed.
As a result of what I wrote, I don't think so.
You don't think your note played a part?
It wasn't me who caused the blasphemer's death. It was our Lord.
Oh, you think God did it?
You find this amusing. Do you know what that man said?
I know what you said, he said, in your unforgettable piece. What was it called? A note containing the opinion of one Christopher Marlowe concerning his damnable judgment of religion and scorn of God's word. You said, almost into all company he cometh, he persuades men to atheism.
Yes.
All Protestants are hypocritical asses.
Yes.
You heard him say these things?
I didn't need to hear them.
You also heard him say, or didn't hear him say, the first beginning of religion is only to keep men in awe. That Holy Communion would much better be administered in a tobacco pipe. That Christ deserved better to die than Barabbas, and the Jews made a good choice.
Everybody knew what Marlowe believed.
And your conclusion? Oh, yes. I think all men in Christianity ought to endeavour that the mouth of so dangerous a member may be stopped. Stopped, Reverend Baines? How stopped?
I know nothing about his death.
Who asked you to write this note?
Nobody.
Who asked you to send it to the authorities? I don't think we're talking about Jesus here, are we?
You sound like him, you know. Marlowe. The same mocking tone, so superior. Well, Marlowe got his deserts, so I would be careful.
Who bought you this house? Who told you to slander Marlowe's name?
For the Lord cometh, and we know not the hour.
Someone decided to blacken his name, is that it? To make him unusable, Cecil said. Only it went wrong, went too far, or someone got the wrong message. Was it Walsingham, Cecil, or someone else? The answer's in the room.
There were 4 of them in here.
You said that, Mrs. Bull. All day they were quiet.
Mr. Fraser came down once, about noon, just after. He wanted wine.
Yeah.
And said lunch in half an hour.
What did you give them?
Mutton.
What was his mood like?
Mood?
You know...
I don't know moods.
You couldn't say.
No.
The lunch, then?
Yes.
You gave them lunch?
Yes.
At about midday?
That's right. More wine, bread, 3 chops, bowl of apples.
Did somebody go without a chop, then?
4. 4 chops.
You said 3.
4.
Who wasn't here for your sumptuous lunch?
They were all here.
You're lying to me.
He said...
Who said? Who said? Fraser?
Mr. Polly told me I was to say he'd been here all day.
When did Polly get here, Mrs. Bull?
Later.
Or 2-ish?
A little later than that.
3.
Perhaps.
So Fraser, Scares and Marlowe arrived at about 10 in the morning and Polly later. How much later?
I don't know.
What, 5 hours later?
Perhaps. He said I wasn't to say.
Why, he was wrong about that.
He said his work was important.
Oh, you can tell me, Mrs. Bull.
He went away again.
Polly?
After about an hour.
Arrives at 3, goes away at 4, and comes back, Mrs. Bull?
Yes.
When?
About 5, just after.
And then? What did you hear then?
A dreadful commotion.
What, shouts?
Yes.
Furniture turned?
Dreadful.
A cry? A cry of pain, Mrs. Bull?
Yes.
You went to look? You climbed the stairs, your heart pounding?
What have you done to him?
So Polly lied to me. A river of lies, containing every dragged-up corpse and piece of filth that you can imagine.
How was the play, Polly? It's my old friend again.
You've been to see a play.
Are you following me?
What was it like?
The play? Disappointing.
You lied to me.
When was this?
You said you were there all day, but you lied.
I'm going to have to speak to Mrs. Bull about her rash and incontinent mouth.
You arrived at 3, you went away at 4, you returned at 5. Where did you go?
I had to attend to my laundry. I do like fresh laundry.
Who are you frightened of?
You're fishing. You're not very good at it.
Who scares you most?
You mean apart from my wife? Oh, you're laying hands on me.
Does Fraser scare you?
Fraser's nothing.
How did Marlowe die?
He got a knife in the eye.
And?
And what? You get a knife in your eye. There is no and.
They waited for you. Scares, Fraser, Marlowe. They waited all day. You had an important message from someone.
I believe this is called surmise.
I don't think so.
You're floundering.
Am I? Who are you working for?
I work for lots of people.
And on that day?
You think I got where I am by shouting my mouth off?
Walsingham or Cecil? Or is there someone else?
You should be careful.
Someone wanted to put Marlowe out of business. So he sows rumours about Marlowe's blasphemies. He pays pains to do it. It doesn't work. He needs more evidence. He tortures Thomas Kidd for it. He gets the Privy Council to interrogate Marlowe, but in spite of all this effort, Marlowe walks. So, we come to the meeting.
Is that right?
He sets it up.
Who?
The man. May 30th, a room in a house in Deptford. Fraser rents it. Scares comes along as a strong arm, just in case Marlowe gets restless. You arrive with an offer. Leave Cecil, work for me. What did you offer him? More money? But he didn't bite. What did he say? Whatever. You took the message back to your master, who got you to return with his reply. Finish him.
You should write that down. It would make a good story.
You patched the alibi between you, an argument over a bill, self-defense.
Fraser was wounded by Marlowe. He was defending himself from a violent drunk.
Fraser's wounds were self-inflicted, or perhaps he got scares to do it.
The coroner didn't think so.
I expect he was lent on, and he instructed the jury accordingly.
To hear you talk, you'd think the world was run by amoral, power-seeking bastards.
I'm following the facts.
You are walking down Rat's Alley, my friend.
Tell me.
You think if any of these people wanted somebody killed, they'd do it in public, where a jury would have to be called? Why take the risk? They don't need to. They want someone dead. They can knock him on the head and kick him in the Thames any moonless night. They wouldn't expose themselves to comment. They don't like comment. It's not in their natures. And they pay good money to make sure it doesn't happen. You understand me? So you think. As you go about your ways, asking your questions, think about what you're saying. That was Marlowe's problem. He would never shut his mouth.
More lies. People lie to hide things, don't they? And I'm dealing with experts. I'm going to get there. Cecil, Walsingham, and one other. One of these three gave the order. Now, I may not find out the reason for it, but I will stand there and look whoever it is in the eye, and I'll say, I know you did this. I know.
Well, I hope you don't think I had anything to do with it.
Sir Robert Cecil and I, dancing around in the camphor-ed gloom of his office. It wasn't his reputation as an atheist that killed Marlowe.
You're quite right. Everybody knew Christopher was an atheist. He never stopped talking about it. He'd show up and start denouncing God. It was very boring. I think we were all supposed to fall over backwards with shock.
Well, the Privy Council were shocked.
They let him go, didn't they?
After you wrote to them.
If it was that important to them, they'd have ignored me. Don't exaggerate my influence. If they'd wanted to, they would have got Mr. Topcliffe to hang him for 2 days with his shoulder blades out of their sockets.
And what might he have said to them?
He'd have said what everybody says under torture. He'd have said what they wanted to hear.
Oh, and you wouldn't have wanted that. I mean, you'd worked together before. Were you afraid he'd talk about that?
You think I got his release because I was afraid that he'd say something about me?
It's possible. And then had him killed.
I told you. I would have preferred him living. He was a good agent. In fact...
What?
I'll tell you now. Now it's too late. I'd offered Marlowe an assignment. I wanted him to go to Scotland for me. He'd said yes.
Why Scotland?
It's not a secret that our next monarch, after the inevitable demise of our own dear Queen, will come from Scotland. It behoves us to make contact.
With her successor?
I needed discretion.
I thought he couldn't keep his mouth shut.
Well, professionally, I had every faith in him.
So Marlowe was going to Scotland bearing welcoming messages from you?
Yes.
But somebody didn't want him to go, is that right?
When I said his reputation killed him, I wasn't talking about religion.
Well, what were you talking about?
That he was disloyal.
What does that mean?
Nobody could rely on him. If you wanted him to work for you, you had to pay him more. What's wrong with that? It didn't worry me. Why should it? If it's not fidelity you want in an agent, it's greed. But then, I didn't harbour feelings for him.
Feelings?
That's right. Somebody was jealous, very unwise. They didn't like it that Christopher was putting himself out to tender. Perfectly acceptable to me, but not to this one, who trembled at home, sobbing into his scented handkerchief.
You're saying that this person had Marlowe murdered?
Love, I'm told, can drive a man to many extremes.
Walsingham. This time in darkness. He prefers to sit by the window, allowing the moonlight to pick out his pasty features.
I think I've answered all your questions.
Lord Walsingham.
You're wasting your time.
I've got time.
You're a strange man. I thought at first we might have been friends.
We're talking about another friend of yours, Marlowe.
He was my friend, yes.
Who was he working for?
Me.
Anybody else?
People claimed him. Even now, no doubt.
He was a tart. He worked for the highest bidder.
You're very cruel.
It's the way they are. They're faithless.
Not Christopher.
You want loyalty, keep a dog. Face it, he'd been offered a plum. Cecil had asked him to go to Scotland.
Cecil! That deformed animal.
And he'd accepted. You didn't like it.
This is your fantasy, I'm afraid.
Polly was working for you. You set the meeting up. The message Polly brought was, don't go to Scotland, be faithful to me. But this dog was not going to come back. He'd found a new master.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Did he laugh at you, Thomas? Did he? What did he say? Tell him I'm finished with him. Finished.
That isn't true.
Polly delivers the message, and you send him back with an order. 1 hour later, Marlowe is dead.
You think I would harm him? I loved him. But I'm also a realist. I knew I could never keep Christopher. I knew he was leaving me. He loved the game too much. He loved slumming, apparently, to be in the company of the likes of Fraser, Scares, God knows why. You know something? I think he hated us. The people he worked for hated us, but at the same time, he wanted to be one of us, to be accepted. Like all rebels, he longed to be accepted. He knew he never would be, so he was torn. He hated himself for still wanting it. It's what made him so fascinating. I said to him, Christopher, stay here. He looked at me. The look I'd seen before, his eyes glassed over as though I wasn't even there. There was no way back. He made a world of mirrors for himself, each one showing him a reflection which he loathed. Do you think I would kill him? I would give everything I own if I could just see him once more. If anybody wanted him dead, it was those animals he kept company with. Ask them. They had reason to be jealous, and he taunted them. Ask them.
Night. The candle's nearly out. And I'm alone with you, Christopher. It's true, you're a little quiet, but why should that bother me? Frankly, I'd prefer it to some fool chewing my ear off with his opinions. You aren't going to ask me what I'm doing here, what I think I'm doing here, kneeling here beside you, crying. What right have we to disturb the dead? Fine. You keep your damn silence. You have no explanations for what happened. No pillow of words where I could just lay my head. Fine. Though my head is sore, Christopher. It's sore. Fraser.
It was self-defense.
Yes, I've heard all that.
He came at me. I had the knife in my hand. I swear I had no choice.
Would you do that? Run at a man with a knife in his hand?
He was mad.
How?
His eyes.
What, just before you stabbed one of them out?
It was an accident, I swear. I swear.
But you're a lying bastard.
Don't come near me.
Oh, gosh. Are you going to stab me in the eye?
Listen to me. Listen. We'd been drinking all day.
Why did you meet?
We were being offered work, all of us. Polly was bringing a message. Good work. Weeks of it.
In Scotland.
How did you know that?
Just go on.
Marlowe spoils it. Makes claims to Polly he wants to be in charge of it. Demands an extortionate fee. They're never going to pay it. We tried to talk him out of it. He won't listen. Polly goes back and reports. We know. Marlowe's lost it for us. Polly comes back. The answer's no.
So you turned on him?
No. He turns on us, starts cursing us, telling us we're animals. He takes my knife from my belt, begins to hit me. I tried to keep out of his way. I'm saying to him, what are you doing? And then he drops the knife, like he throws it down. Stands there staring at me, cursing. It's like he wants me to pick it up
which I do. I just pick it up and he runs at me.
How? How runs?
Head down, charges. The blade goes in his eye. A little, not far. I pull it out. I think, my God, I'm going to hang for this.
Wait a minute. You're saying that he killed himself?
I don't know. It's what happened.
Thomas.
I waited.
You were his friend, weren't you?
Yes.
Do you think he hated himself? You think he could have killed himself?
I don't know. Christopher.
What did you call me?
Peace. Don't you want peace?
Yes.
Then, Christopher, be at peace.
They carried me out and washed me in the stinking Thames. They left my eye gaping. They took me through the dockyard streets to the church of St. Nicholas in Deptford Green, where they buried me in an unmarked grave. You think every killing deserves an explanation? Like a grave gift. Something to bury the person with. It won't bring them back, but it makes us feel better. Is that what you think? I stand on the shore of the Thames. There's a mist above the river. I step into the cold water, feeling nothing. I look behind me at the shore, at the houses, at the lit theatres and the people. I can hear their voices raised in pleasure and pain. I ask no explanation where there is none, but turn and begin walking forwards again, feeling the water deepen and deepen.
In The Killing, by Michael Butt, the narrator was played by Paul Rees, Thomas Walsingham by Blake Ritson, Robert Polly by Bern Gorman, Thomas Kidd, Harry Lloyd, and Lord Cecil by Tim McMullen. Mrs. Bull was played by Christine Kavanagh, Ingram Fraser by Tony Bell, Richard Baines, Sam Dale, the Cambridge Porter, Sean Baker, and Drew Woodliff by Lloyd Thomas. The director was Sasha Yevtushenko.